Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. This is Bible with Brooke, and I am Brooke, and together we are reading through the whole entire Bible chapter by chapter. And this week we are on Genesis chapter 9. As always, I'm reading from the NIV version Bible, but you can follow along with whatever version you would like. I also want to thank you guys so much for your kind words and your support, and we have reached over 100 subscribers, so thank you so much to each and every one of you who has subscribed. I love that you want to learn more about the Word of God, and I hope that you love it just as much as I do, and thank you so much for coming along and joining the ride with us. So today we're going through Genesis chapter 9, and this chapter is really about what happens after the storm, the big flood, after survival, and after God brings Noah through something big. Because the truth is, life doesn't suddenly become perfect after a breakthrough. So let's get into it. Let's start by reading verse 1. Then God blessed Noah and his sons, saying to them, "Be fruitful and increase in number and fill the earth." So God blesses Noah and his sons and tells them to be fruitful and multiply, just like he told Adam. This is a reset, a new beginning for humanity. And what's powerful here is that God is still willing to bless humanity, even knowing their future imperfections. This verse is such a reminder that God doesn't wait for you to be perfect before he blesses your life. Some of you feel like your past disqualifies you, or like you've messed up too much to move forward. But God is still a God of new beginnings. He can bring purpose out of your life even after everything you've been through. Let's read verses 2 through 6, talking about the value of life. The fear and dread of you will fall on all the beasts of the earth, and on all the birds in the sky, on every creature that moves along the ground, and on all the fish in the sea. They are given into your hands. Everything that lives and moves about will be food for you, just as I gave you the green plants. I now give you everything. So if you have read chapters 1 through 8 with me already, you would have seen that in the Garden of Eden, God only gave plants for Adam and Eve to eat. He didn't allow us to eat animals until this chapter, actually, until after the flood, verse 4. But you must not eat meat that has its lifeblood still in it. And for your lifeblood I will surely demand an accounting. I will demand an accounting from every animal, and from each human being too. I will demand an accounting for the life of another human being. Whoever sheds human blood, by humans shall their blood be shed. For in the image of God has God made mankind. So here we see that God talks about dominion, introduces eating meat, and then emphasizes something important, that life is sacred. Humans are made in the image of God. That means every single person carries value. And this isn't just a theological idea, it changes how we see ourselves and other people. If you've ever struggled with your worth, this is your reminder. Your value doesn't come from what you do, how you look, or how others treat you. It comes from the fact that you are made in God's image. And at the same time, it challenges us because it means the people around us, even the difficult ones, carry that same value too. Now let's read verses 7 through 17, all about the covenant and the rainbow. Verse 7, As for you, be fruitful and increase in number, multiply on the earth and increase upon it. Then God said to Noah and to his sons with him, I now establish my covenant with you and with your descendants after you, and with every living creature that was with you, the birds, the livestock, and all the wild animals, all those that came out of the ark with you, every living creature on earth. I establish my covenant with you. Never again will all life be destroyed by the waters of a flood. Never again will there be a flood to destroy the earth. And God said, This is the sign of the covenant I am making between me and you and every living creature with you, a covenant for all generations to come. I have set my rainbow in the clouds, and it will be the sign of the covenant between me and the earth. Whenever I bring clouds over the earth and the rainbow appears in the clouds, I will remember my covenant between me and you and all living creatures of every kind. Never again will the waters become a flood to destroy all life. Whenever the rainbow appears in the clouds, I will see it and remember the everlasting covenant between God and all living creatures of every kind on the earth. So God said to Noah, "This is the sign of the covenant I have established between me and all life on the earth." So God makes a covenant with Noah, his descendants, and every living creature. And he gives the rainbow as a sign of that promise that he will never flood the earth again. I feel like I said covenant like 20 times. You should go back and count how many times I've said it. That's why I'm laughing. I'm sorry. What's really interesting is that God says the rainbow is a reminder not just for us, but for him. This shows us something really comforting about God. He is committed to his promises. I'm laughing at myself, you guys. I cannot talk today. I cannot speak correctly, so I'm sorry. Even when humanity fails, God doesn't go back on his word. So when you're in a season where things feel uncertain, you can anchor yourself in that truth. If God said it, he will do it. His faithfulness isn't dependent on your consistency. It's rooted in his character. I love that. And then now let's read all about Noah's fall in verses 18 through 23. The sons of Noah who came out of the ark were Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Ham was the father of Canaan. These were the 3 sons of Noah, and from them came the people who were scattered over the whole earth. Noah, a man of the soil, proceeded to plant a vineyard. When he drank some of its wine, he became drunk and lay uncovered inside his tent. Ham, the father of Canaan, saw his father naked and told his 2 brothers outside. But Shem and Japheth took a garment and laid it across their shoulders. Then they walked in backward and covered their father's naked body. Their faces were turned the other way so that they would not see their father naked. So here we see that after everything Noah experienced, walking with God, surviving the flood, he has a moment of failure. He gets drunk and ends up exposed. I wouldn't say failure, actually. I would say just a mistake. He's human, just like we all are. And then we see 2 very different responses. Ham exposes his father, but Shem and Japheth cover him up. This part is so real because it reminds us that spiritual highs don't make us immune to human weakness. You can go through something powerful with God and still struggle afterward. I'm gonna cry right now. And it also challenges how we respond to others when they fall. It's easy to point out someone's flaws, talk about them, or judge them. But God honors those who choose to cover, protect, and respond with humility. The question is, what kind of person are you when you see someone at their lowest? Let's read next verses 24 through 27. When Noah awoke from his wine and found out what his youngest son had done to him, he said, "Cursed be Canaan." I don't know why I'm crying. "Cursed be Canaan, the lowest of slaves will he be to his brothers." He also said, sorry guys. Oh my goodness. Why am I crying? "Praise be to the Lord, the God of Shem. May Canaan be the slave of Shem. May God extend Japheth's territory. May Japheth live in the tents of Shem. And may Canaan be the slave of Japheth." I don't even know really why I'm crying. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm just being reminded that we're all human. We all make mistakes. Even when we try our hardest to live righteously. Or even after we have a big breakthrough. In these verses, we see the words that shape generations spoken by Noah. Noah speaks blessings and a curse over his sons, and it affects future generations. It's also just a reminder of how powerful our words are. Oh my goodness. Noah speaks blessings and a curse over his sons, and it affects future generations. This is a reminder that our actions and even our words carry weight beyond the moment. The way we live, the way we speak, the way we handle situations, it all leaves an impact, not just on our lives, but on the people connected to us. It's a call to live with intention, knowing that what we do today can echo into the future. Lastly, let's read verses 28 and 29, where Noah's life ends. After the flood, Noah lived 350 years. Noah lived a total of 950 years, and then he died. Noah lives a long life and then dies. And when you step back, his story is a mix of incredible faith and very real failure, which again, I don't like that I put failure here. And honestly, that's encouraging because it sounds a lot like us. Following God doesn't mean a perfect, flawless life. It means a real relationship with Him where He continues to work through us despite our imperfections. When you look at this whole chapter together, it paints a very honest picture. God is faithful, God makes promises, God gives fresh starts, but humanity still struggles. And that tension is exactly why we need something more. Genesis chapter 9 points us forward in a powerful way. God makes a covenant here, but it's not the final solution because sin is still present. Noah's story proves that, and that's where Jesus comes in. Where Noah failed, Jesus didn't. Where humanity fell short, Jesus fulfilled what we couldn't. And where there was shame, Jesus brings covering. Just like Shem and Japheth covered Noah, Jesus covers us. But not by ignoring our sin, but by paying for it on the cross. And just like the rainbow is a visible reminder of God's promise, the cross is the ultimate proof that God keeps His word. So if you've been feeling like your mistakes define you or like you've gone too far in your life, this chapter reminds you that God's grace is bigger than your failures. You are not disqualified, and you're still invited into His promise. If this message spoke to you at all, comment below, God's grace covers me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs this reminder today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry for crying. I love you all with the love of Christ. God bless you all, and I will talk to you next time.